Hey, Dale619 here, and welcome back to Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance. Did I say Metal Gear Solid Rising? Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Such a mouthful of a title. But anyway, here is the next part to the next chapter, so hopefully you enjoy, and yep.
How is it, Raiden?
So far, so good. I've got a clean visual.
A direct feed to your optic now. Yes, I should hope so, huh? I mean, how does it feel? To fly like a bird?
Like a bird strapped to a remote control rocket.
We will get you in safely, Tovarich. Just relax and enjoy the ride.
Right.
Can you hear me, Raiden?
Doctor.
Remember the two procedures to maintain your new body. 1. Seizing nano repair units from your foes. And 2.
Absorbing their electrolytes. I got it.
Yes, enemy cyborgs should provide plenty of MCFC electrolytes once you slice them open and extract their fluids.
They're terrorists. I was planning on that anyway.
Oh, and their left hands, if you please.
Excuse me?
The combat data stored on holographic memory, typically located in the left hand. That data is very valuable. I am authorized to offer you upgrades and services in exchange for it.
How generous.
Ich liebe Kapitalismus. Had the wall come down a few years earlier, I would have a Nobel Prize on my shelf.
There, I see land.
3 mics out and closing. No activity at the airbase. Looks like we don't need to worry about interceptors.
Great. Then we have time for a quick briefing.
I know you miss me, Kev, but I've been all over the materials.
That's what you said before Montenegro. Look, just humor me, buddy. Objectives, of course, are enter Abkhazia, neutralize the terrorists, and restore the rightful government, or what's left of it anyway. The president and most of the cabinet have been killed, and a military junta's been established. The terrorists brain-jacked all the high-ranking officers, and their cyborgs scattered the rank and file. The few leaders who have survived have no way of openly opposing the new regime. That's why they called us.
Andrei Dolzaev, leader of the occupation forces, an extremist linked to both the St. Petersburg massacre of 2015 and last year's terror spree in Georgia. And his arms supplier, none other than Desperado Enforcement, LLC.
And Monty's killers.
If we don't stop them here, they could destabilize the entire region. But our more immediate problem is Jetstream Sam. I believe you've met.
The only problem I see is that nickname. I've got my enhancements this time. He won't be an issue.
He may not even be in country, but keep an eye out just in...
Oh, sorry.
Ready for insertion.
Raiden, you landed safely, huh? First, head inland. The waypoint is marked on your Soliton radar. Contact us on codec if you have questions.
So there you go, we've got a new suit, and it's pretty amazing to be honest. It looks great. It looks more kind of like a robot than the original suit. I'm not a big fan of the original suit. I don't really like it that much. But here we go. We've got a new sword and we've got quite a lot of things. So one thing I want to point out, because I played through this game quite a lot of times, the red bar you're going to see is to do with the story later on. I'm not going to go into depth with it. You'll see it later on. So normally it's a blue bar, and because it's red, because I've completed the game, you get the ability to go into this mode. It's pretty much kind of a more of a slice and dice mode where you can just cut through things so much quicker. So I'm going to maybe use it sometimes on some bosses, but I'm going to try and not use it at all when it comes down just to defeating normal enemies, normal little mini bosses. When it comes to like the main bosses, then I'll start using it if it becomes a problem like this. So I don't want to spoil the story, because the story's great. But if you're not interested in the story, then that's totally fine. Then I can use the mode. So let me know about that. But here we go, yeah. So we're going through some enemies again, and mainly, I think this is probably one of my favourite main opening chapters. Like, the first chapter was called Chapter 0, but this is like the main story, where you actually get to see more of what's going on with the story and kind of what is going on with the entire...
Had your fill?
With this body, I could take these guys with no eyes. Intel wasn't exaggerating on the cyborg count.
Well, you know how fast the tech's been spreading these last few years. That CNT muscle fiber packs the power of a jackhammer into every limb.
What enterprising soldier of fortune could resist? And cyborgs are still human. Real
Thinking people. Way less risk of collateral damage than your typical UAV strike.
And don't forget the PR angle. Nations start playing Frankenstein with their troops, and the public goes nuts. PMCs, on the other hand, are off the ethical radar.
Yeah, they still don't even count PMCs in official death tolls. With SOP out of the picture, private militaries needed a new edge on the market. We got it.
In a way, cyborgs are just SOP troops by another name. Only all muscled up and less predictable.
But it makes you wonder, where'd Desperado find these guys?
I'm not complaining. They're like walking vending machines.
Right. Vending machines full of blood.
Easy there, Dracula. Like I said, they're still people.
People who terrorize and take innocent lives for money. They sowed their fate when they took this job. I'm just the Reaper.
Damn. It's a bit cold, Raiden.
Even for you. Anyway, his school? Let's get to work. Time to increase the peace.
Right.
So I pretty much completely forgot about that cutscene. I was talking mid-sentence and then I got cut off because of it. And yeah, it's kind of cutscene heavy towards the beginning, and then it kind of dials down a little bit, and then there's a lot of cutscenes, like, as you can see.
This is Boris. Give me your status.